one of the things that we've been seeing in the group is a lot of comments on people's choices. And we have put in the rules that we shouldn't comment on those things. And the reason why we're doing it, and the reason why we want to come as a group and explain it to you, is the fact that everybody's coming from very, very, very different circumstances. So in the group, whatever the wizards agree on talking about something, you're going to see that we're always very, very careful about this is a good idea, except in these circumstances, or this is a bad idea, except in those circumstances, because nobody is coming into this group with a simple situation. And that is a fact. Many people have come after visiting many diets, many doctors, many different types of supplements and medications and things like that. And we have some very, very complex cases. And because of that, we have to be very, very careful with what we say and how we say it. The other comment that I just wanted to say is to make sure that you realize that oxalate as a toxin causes inflammation, and inflammation makes us grumpy. And so this is a group with 56,000 grumpy people, probably. And that's not a recipe for very joyful and easy and smooth relationships. But if we become aware of that, and we just realize that we might not be answering at our best time, or maybe we're dumping, or we're not feeling well, and our, like a little fuse is getting shorter and shorter, just being aware of that fact is going to help us keep the tone of the group a little softer. And I think that's going to be really, really important. Some of the examples that we're going to be sharing now, this is going to be a very short video, is, for example, somebody was mentioning, I need recipes on a microwave. And the group just went, no, you cannot cook on a microwave. It's terrible for you, whatever. The reason this particular person was asking is because he had mobility problems and could not physically move away into the kitchen. So, sometimes we have to make choices that might not be the ideal ones, but it's just what we have available. It's the same, with people that choose for whatever reason to follow a certain regime. Some of us have kids on the spectrum, and gluten is an issue, but also casein, the protein in milk, can be an issue. For some other people, it's their life. All that lovely dairy is it's what makes the bulk of their food. Some kids can't handle it. So we're just asking you for a little bit of understanding where we're coming from, why we say the things the way we say it, and also of understanding of yourself and realizing if you are at your best to be able to answer to something. And the rule, I guess, that we want to ask you to follow is that you maybe critique the opinion, but not the person. I think that's the biggest thing. Science is all about discussion, comparing and contrasting things so that we can get closer to something that works. But criticizing somebody's choices, that's not allowed in this group. And I hope you understand.
So I'm going to pick up next and say, what we want everyone to recognize is that there is no one size fits all here. So we have people who come from different financial circumstances, different cultural circumstances, different health circumstances, and all those things matter. So they are making choices within that context, which may not be the same context as what you make choices in. So offering opinions is great. Offering personal experience is great. but this is not a group where we are talking about the mythical ideal diet. We are talking about how to eat in a low oxalate way and how to support your health with better choices and potentially with supplements. But this is not the kind of situation where there is just one answer that works for everybody. That's not going to work on a group this size. The other thing that we really want to encourage you regarding is when you are asking questions, what you're looking for is the best from us. And that's what we want to give you, is the best from us. So to the extent that the group functions with as little difficulty and as little conflict as possible, we are more able to keep our focus on what delivers the best information and the best value to all of our group members. That's important to us. I'm sure it's important to you. So we want you to consider, when you read something on the group, don't take it personally. The way someone is speaking, and Patricia's alluded to this to some degree already, could be related to how unwell they feel today, the fact that their spouse yelled at them in the morning, their dog peed on the rug, like all kinds of things that are making people be in a different place than you are. To the extent that you can read something and not take it personally, this is ideal. And to the extent we can ask questions for clarification, and again, back to what Patricia said, not criticize the person, that gives us all a chance to give each other our best. So it's not just us as the admin team or our moderators who are hoping to have the most availability for the right kinds of activities. I think it helps all of us. We're not using up our energy on things that don't deliver us a lot of value.